Hello, welcome to Passion for Marriages. Thanks for joining us today. This channel is dedicated to growing closer with your spouse through a deeper relationship with God. This coaching video on Passion for Marriages is a revamped version of an earlier episode called Freedom in Christ. As Americans, we often confuse the true nature of freedom. It is not personal independence to do whatever we want. Freedom in Christ is different. It is walking in relationship with our Creator and being who God created us to be. In Christ, we have freedom from sin. Sin controls us, leading us to make bad choices that contradicts God's commands and desires for our lives. We don't have to be trapped in a cycle of sinful behavior. Jesus says that anyone who practices sin is a slave to sin, and that we can be free from the bondages of sin.
John 8 verses 31 to 32. So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John 8 verse 34, Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin."
As we learn to rely on and follow Him, our sinful habits, attitudes, and thoughts no longer control us. That is the freedom we were meant to have. Sin leads to death, but freedom in Christ leads to eternal spiritual life. In Christ, we have freedom from Old Testament biblical law. At Nazareth, Jesus was at the synagogue on the Sabbath and read from the scroll of the prophet Isaiah.
Luke 4 verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed.
The Jewish scribes and Pharisees oppressed the people by burdening with the letter of the law. They even got angry when Jesus healed on the Sabbath. They were blind to the truth that was standing right in front of them.
John 5 verse 18. This was why the Jews were seeking all the more to kill him, because not only was he breaking the Sabbath, but he was even calling God his own Father, making himself equal with God.
Because of what Jesus did on the cross, we are free from the letter of Levitical law. In Christ, though, we still follow his commands.
John 14 verses 15 to 16. If you love me, you will keep my commandments.
In Christ, we are no longer slaves to sin, which leads to spiritual death, but can experience the joy in knowing that we will be eternally with our Father who created us.
2 Corinthians 3 verse 17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom.
Be sure and like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel to get more videos about building your marriage better. Send us an email to passionformarriages@gmail.com. I want to pray a blessing over you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Thanks for watching. Have a phenomenal week.